Antonio Brown did what?
No, here's my understanding, Kay, of how this entire situation broke down. Midway through the game yesterday, Bruce Arians and the offensive staff told Antonio Brown to go into the game. They believed that he was healthy. Antonio Brown did not believe that he was healthy. He had been battling an ankle injury for the last several weeks, did not practice Thursday, did not practice Friday, and I know personally had some doubts whether or not he would be able to be out there and play. What he told the staff, from what I understand, is that he was not going into the game because in his mind, he did not feel he was healthy. The response then from the offensive coaches and from Bruce Arians was, if you are not going to go into the game when we tell you to go into the game, then you cannot be here. At that point, they threw him off the sidelines and then cut him from the team. So Antonio Brown, which Bruce Arians announced at the post-game press conference, he is no longer part of the team. They essentially told him that on the sideline, send him packing, leading Antonio Brown with $1 million incentive right within his reach. He was going to get it. He left all of that, left the field, and now is no longer a member of the Buccaneers.
Now, I wanted to talk about Antonio Brown in this situation. Now, I am one of the biggest critics of Antonio Brown, me being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I felt like Tomlin dropped the ball with AB, not disciplining him early. During the end of his Pittsburgh Steelers career, that's when Tomlin started punishing him. But one thing for sure is, why is it that a person that has an outburst, and they have a history of outbursts, they'll get ignored for the outbursts they conduct in the workplace just because they're really great at things? Now, this is not the first time this happened. It happens all the time. You had LT, Lawrence Taylor, snorting coke, hitting women, allegedly. But he was a great football player. Hernandez was another one. He was gang banging. And Bill Belichick dropped the ball on that. You have Le'Veon Bell. Dennis Rodman was another one. He was wearing dresses and doing all types of off-the-field distractions. And Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen didn't care. It's like, long as you can produce on the court and get us that championship. Well, this is no different because Bruce Arians knew about Antonio Brown. You can just do a background check on his history. Tom Brady is another one. He ignored him. He ignored what he was doing on the court or off the field. Same thing he did with Randy Moss. He ignored it because he knew this guy was good, and if I can talk to him and maybe he would listen to me. Now, Antonio Brown lived in Tom Brady's house, and Tom Brady thinks of him as a true friend. But this is what happens when you're dealing with these players who have issues, like Terrell Owens for another one. All these players have issues. Now, I am sympathetic now, but before I was always going after AB, saying, he shouldn't be doing it, especially after Ryan Clark brought this out to the forefront. Like he's spoiled. But this particular situation, it looks to me that Antonio Brown was cut on that field. Now, for the people who want to criticize and say he shouldn't have done that, well, let me tell you something. What if somebody fired you before you get your paycheck and you work a whole day at work? You work a whole day at work and you flip out when they say you're fired. And you go kick the can and you start. The reason why they bring security when you get fired, because they know you're going to do that. They know you're going to flip out because you're like, why you fired me? Now you're taking money from my family, food out of my kid's mouth. So you're going to flip out. That's why companies have security. You ever see someone get fired? And they, right before they fire you, everybody knows, and then they bring security in. And you look up like, why is security here? And they said, let's go. They don't even let you. I saw supervisors get fired and they didn't even let them get their stuff. They said, you got to get out. We got you to this little box. You out of here. Because things could go crazy. Now, apparently AB was injured. That's the reports. Now, we know this is a different game. Like back in the day, you would have to play with that broken collarbone, that broken injury. But this is a different game. So I think that if this is true, the NFL is going to investigate this because they have to protect their brand. You can't look at the concussion protocol because of the CTE. There's so many players in their 30s having CTE. Now that we know something about this disease. And if anybody remember, Antonio Brown took a serious hit. I think his name Trevor Burbick, the guy from Cincinnati. If anybody knows this, definitely put in the comments. But he took a serious hit where he was knocked out. And you can't tell me if you get knocked out with a get trauma to the brain and you're out cold that you're going to be the same person you were when you took that hit. So I think he's sick. Now, my question is, I think before it was fun and games, now we have to take this serious. He might have an issue. Or maybe not. Some people are saying he's just doing this because this is who he is. Now, one thing I'll say is Jerry Jones might pick him up just to get this championship because he is 70-something years old and he don't give a crap. He hires the BS. You know, he had a whole team in the 90s who used to have a house called the White House, allegedly smoking, snorting coke, and having strippers there. So that's one team that will pick him up. But I think he was fired on the field and he just got pissed off, like anybody got fired. So on this part, I defend AB, and I do think he needs to get some help. All those other situations with the, abusing his girlfriend and driving 100 miles per hour, in one of them foreign cars. I don't condone that. I think he should have been disciplined a long time ago, but it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Tell me what you think about this video. Leave a comment below, and I'll see you on the next video.